Hello and welcome back to Taking Care of You, Part 2. This is where I'd like to introduce you to some ideas that you can apply to your life every day. And let me preface this again as by saying, when I go through this, you're going to say, is she kidding me? And I'm going to have time to do that. Well, I'm going to again urge you to open up your thinking to embracing these. We're going to talk about the need to employ meditation and deep breathing in your life. You know, it was suggested to me 25 plus years ago that it would be beneficial for me to take up yoga and meditation. Well, I'm kind of a slow study, and I finally got into it in the last year. And I want to tell you, it's a shame I didn't do it 25 years ago, but I didn't. I am now doing yoga on a regular basis, and it's a wonderful way to stretch and release a lot of pressure. If you think of yoga as being a pretzel, let me clarify. Yoga is stretching. If you get to be nimble enough that you can be a pretzel, that's great. But what I'm really talking about are some of the programs that you can participate, either looking at videos that you can get online or some programs on television. You can even do yoga in your chair if you don't feel that you can get down on the floor. But these are ways to release the pressure that you're experiencing. Deep breathing, sitting in a chair and just inhaling and exhaling slowly. If you do it quickly, you'll hyperventilate, you'll pass out. That's not what I have in mind. I'm talking about slow, deep breathing. Just close your eyes and let your mind float. I was under the impression that meditation was a process where I would stop thinking, and I couldn't imagine how that was possible. What I recently learned in my training was you don't stop thinking. There's no way for us to do that. But what you do is you get a mantra, and as your mind sort of drifts off to all of those things that you don't really want to think about, you do your mantra and it brings you back to be centered and focused. And the real benefit of doing the meditation for maybe 20 to maximum, like if you can do it for 30 minutes a day, that's great. I'd be thrilled for you if you did it 20 minutes in the morning alone. The whole idea here is to become more centered. You're going to find in the most subtle ways how things just do not bother you quite as much. I wish I could explain it more effectively for you than I'm doing, but I'm going to invite you again. Go online in your local community, check your senior centers, look at your health, your gyms and so forth. Find some places that are offering meditation programs and enroll. It's going to make a big difference for you. I was very fortunate to have a meditation specialist or practitioner who was trained by Deepak Chopra offer to give my support group a session in how to meditate. And the 14 or 15 of us who attended, most of us walked in with the same, hesitation, reservation, whatever, that we didn't quite get how this was going to work for us. And I have to tell you, every single person has said it has made a huge difference in their life. And some have embraced it more than others, but they are making the effort to sit quietly, especially in the first thing in the morning, do their quiet breathing, close their eyes. It's wonderful. It will truly make a difference. So these are parts of taking care of you. In addition, there are lots of different types of meditation. As you go through this chapter, I've outlined them for you. And there are lots of other exercises that you can do that would bring you some tranquility and balance in your life. Tai Chi, I'm sure you've heard about that. Qigong, that's something else that you can do. As I said, yoga. You're going to find that these programs are offered at a YMCA, at your senior centers, at your health clubs. Check them out. They really will make a difference for you. The other thing I'm going to encourage you to do is understand more about the power of music. Earlier in our conversations, we've talked about how to use music in the settings for your loved one in the afternoon, in the morning when they wake up. I have a whole section in this chapter about the power of music and scientific studies that are very simple to understand that will show you exactly how effective the use of music is. make time for yourself where you can escape into your den or a reading room or maybe your bedroom. Turn on the soft music that is most soothing for you. Relax, close your eyes, do some deep breathing. I guarantee you 15 minutes of that can change how you face the rest of your day. The other area that we really take for granted and that's part of our life all the time is aromatherapy. And you might wonder, what is she talking about, aromatherapy? Well, did you ever walk into the bakery? When you do walk into the bakery, does it make you feel really good? You're not necessarily sure what it is, but maybe it's the cinnamon cookies or the freshly baked apple pie, or you go to somebody's house and they made bread. Oh my gosh, doesn't that smell wonderful? When you're selling a house, the realtor will also often tell you, well, fix some baked cookies and have that aroma in your house, or put some cinnamon and apple spice on the stove and boil that. It'll just be wonderful. Well, that's aromatherapy. What you're going to find is there are different oils and essences that do affect your mood. Think about just taking a hot bath with some oils. That relaxes you. Lavender, for example, really, really effective. Geranium, very, very effective. In this chapter, I've got an extended area talking about aromatherapy. One of the things that I do for my mom as well as myself is I take fresh lavender seeds from the flowers that I crush, and I have a little cotton sack that I put them in. I tuck that in her pillow, and I refresh that on a regular basis. She sleeps so soundly. That's the same thing that will happen for you. Tuck some of those oil essence, on a Kleenex or perhaps a little cotton handkerchief if you have it. Tuck it inside under your shirt or your blouse. As you're going out, you're going to have that fragrance emanate through your clothing, and you're going to feel that essence. It's going to make a difference. These are all psychologically effective tools that I'm offering you. They do make a difference. It's scientifically demonstrated over a lot of time. So those are some of the areas that you can take care of yourself. Something that I want to also encourage you to do is, if you just think you're going to shout or scream or explode at some point, I'd like you to go in your bathroom. I'd like you to turn the water on. I want you to get a towel, and I want you to scream in that towel with the water running. Okay, the water running helps curtail the sound, and scream in that towel. I want you to just scream bloody murder into that towel and let out your anxiety and your frustration. I cannot tell you how many times I would go into my bedroom, fall into my bed, and just cry into my pillow. Just sob into my pillow out of sheer frustration, anxiety, pressure, fatigue. And in 5 minutes, I will have cried out all of that pressure, all of that anxiety. I got up and I went on. So those are also ways that you take care of yourself. Within this chapter, we talk about respite. Respite is the time that you take for yourself. Respite could be adult daycare center for your loved one. These are wonderful programs which I expand upon in this chapter. It could also be that you go away for several days and your loved one stays in a private residence, a board and care that's licensed by the state, where they are skilled at caring for your loved one. Could be a larger property like a Brighton Gardens or some of the assisted living properties, depending on your loved one's abilities. Respite care is really, really crucial. The other thing is, invite your friends in to come and spend time with your loved ones so that you can go out, get your photo books together, let them sit and talk about, tell me about that picture, tell me about that trip you took, let's listen to this music, find some good old movies your loved one would enjoy, and invite your friends to come in and spend time together. This is all part of taking care of you. It's a very long chapter. Take your time, read it over and over, but employ these actions. They will make a difference. Thanks. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to contact us at www.dementiahelpcenter.com. Email me or call me if you'd like to discuss any of these things on a one-on-one basis.